Well, good evening. It's Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, published author, radio show host, and do two Facebook Lives a week. Tonight, I want to talk about Blameless Bliss. What I've really discovered is, how do we blame the good of others and miss out on the bliss of ourselves? And this one is interesting for me because this is kind of a new wave of wisdom, or new avenue for me. But the bliss we want to feel is in here. But how do we blame the world for our challenges? Subconsciously and deep inside ourselves. But how does it feel when you say blameless bliss and shameless splendor? That is what flows through our veins of fame, feeling awesome, magically expanding through life. But it's letting go of being afraid of the bliss. And how will it feel to experience life and enjoy life through blameless bliss and shameless splendor? How do we overthink our lives and get so caught up in everything that's going on, we overlook the good of our lives and overlook the grandeur of ourselves. And I've done that by trying to be envious and jealous and getting all caught up in other people's lives. But how is my life blameless bliss and shameless splendor for me to enjoy and experience every day? But how do we look for the negative, and we look for all we have to do, and we make a drama and trauma out of our lives, and we are unaware that we're even doing that? I know I have, but I've been really awakened to paying more attention to this than I ever have before. And I'm really paying attention to that inner dialogue that always is the one that the inaudible inspiration, but it's also the inaudible epness within, and that talk within myself. So as I open up more to this, I get to experience the bliss of the bold, lively, eternal, sassy sapience within me. But it's really a sassy, serendipitous bliss that I feel because I get to open myself to the good of life, the grandeur of life, and also I'm never ever good enough now because I am dynamic. That is daring, youthful, natural, awesome, mystical, and individual, canonizing life. But how did I get to where I began to understand? It's easier and more appeasing to me to start feeling the blameless bliss, because there is nothing or nobody or any event to blame, and there's never been an event to feel ashamed about. They're all just events, and they had to expire or they had to occur exactly that way to open up the inner self and get the intestinal fortitude to move forward. But how is all of our challenges and our inner ick done by we taught ourselves to be the inner ick because we was comparing ourselves, was trying to fit in society, and it's what other people told us. But how is it you made it and it went awry? But it went awry to open up a new spry within yourself. But I taught myself if it wasn't perfect and didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it, it was wrong, and I was poor, and I was inadequate for who I am. And that's the biggest lie I ever told myself. And when we start untying the lies, we fly, because the only one that can lie to me is me. If I trust my heart and soul and my listening and all my inner apparatus, I expand through life. But it's when I stop trusting myself and put all my trust in somebody else's words, that becomes the lie of my life, because my life and my core understand where I'm going, but it's a blameless bliss of life. How is life blameless bliss and shameless splendor? But we've been taught to blame it, shame it, and scam it within ourselves. And if you look at the world today and the way that everything is going in the media and stuff, it's a scam. But everybody blames everybody for everything. And then we all feel the shame. The world is an opportunity for people to open up their percipience to expand and to start to see that the bliss of life is the people. Rather than being in competition and doing all this stuff with other people, how would it feel to understand people are blameless bliss and shameless splendor because I feel it within myself? And this is going to be a meditation when I'm all done, the blameless bliss, because I've learned to write this in rhymes. And an easy way to open up a dialogue between all the unconscious, the subconscious, and conscious is with rhymes. You chime the rhyme in the sublime divine to dream internally, visualizing infinite nirvana every day, because I play in my fields of percipience and I play in my fields of prosperity. See how that takes it over? It becomes a song. But here's the thing, it becomes your song. And you make your rhymes for yourself and write them your way. And that's something else I really, really express to people. Get a dialogue, especially for you. So get out of the change, heal, create, transformation. Open a dialogue that energizes you here. Innovate something that shows your innate talents to you. When you see your innate talents, the world will feel and see and sense your innate talents, but they will also hear your innate talents. The people of the world are the assets. The world has been begging for us all to step forward, because history writes about leaders, but the leader is the people. Has anything ever been done? No president wins an election. Nobody wins an election without people. No business is successful without people. You can have the best ideas there is, but people energize life. And unpunctuate the political correctness, unedit it. I got to fit into society and open up that inner wise and that surprising savant that's within you that never wants, but wants to untaunt the inner self and move forward in your life. It's forward, onward, and upward and inward. It's kind of backward. It should be inward, forward, upward, and onward. Because we are the ones that's large and not large and in charge. We're the facilitator or participant of our lives. How does that feel? I'm the participant and the facilitator of my dreams. And I hear the wisdom of my day-to-day life that lionizes internal, far-seeing, enterprising endeavors, forever opening my clever self to expand. And see how them words become automatic and natural? That's the thing. Get a vocabulary. Take all the not words out of your life too. Don't stop using don't, won't, can't, and all them not words, because there are slippery slopes to nowhere the not words are. And I know NLP uses a lot of them, but I stopped using them. And I stopped using a lot of NLP because I went to more of an inspirational vocabulary and a visionary vocabulary of expand, energize, enterprise, and experience to appreciate my life events. So open up to your own. Don't use mine. Don't use this. The key to personal growth, personal expansion is inside me. I speak magnificent, stately, spiritual savvy to me. When you speak spiritual savvy to yourself, you will soon be speaking spiritual savvy to the world, but you will be energizing your daily life with blameless bliss, shameless splendor, and you'll unscam your own self to unscam your life. We've actually scammed ourselves trying to fit into society and listening to what they taught us in school, because outside of arithmetic, that's about the only thing I understand now that really makes sense, because the English language taught me to be second in my life. It's you and I, it's me and you. If I put myself first in my speaking, where am I going to be in my life? And how did we always, this is the one that really is kind of a silent one. Share your toys, don't be selfish. And your parents always made you give in to the other person. Mine did. And pretty soon you become a people pleaser. So it's all right if people get mad at you because they're mad because they didn't get their way. It has nothing to do with you. And that is something else. And another thing I've opened up to is all in your day-to-day life, there's going to be 1 to 3 things that expand you. The rest are just there or embedded, but listen for something that's out of the ordinary and something that kind of energizes you, but yet makes you feel unsettled because it's beyond your current way of life. And that is where life is experienced, is beyond the current way of thinking. See, we're always caught up and told to be thinkers instead of innovators, inspirational innovators. And when you can feel the inspiration of your life from the inside, it soon becomes your brain power and brain prowess rather than your thinking and thoughts. And that really frees you up. And I'd like to say I have the silver bullet, and I can tell you how I can't. The only one that can energize the inspirations in you is you, and you have to discover your own way to get to the brain power and brain prowess of yourself. And there's going to be stumbling blocks. There's going to be good, bad, and indifferent. But here's the thing. When you start saying, what's the inspiration? Where's the inspiration? It's the inspirational fortitude that frees the omnific, revolutionary trendsetter inside me. And I like to speak in first person. That way it goes to the subconscious, because you is a misnomer, because when people say you do this, you do that, or this is going on, the world needs this, that's their fears being expressed to the world. When you express your wisdom in me, myself, and I, or whatever is binding you in me, myself, and I, you fly. Feeling lively, jazz to play your own orchestra of opulence. And opulence is wealth. Learn a new word every day, because words, wisdom, and willpower are your bridges to everywhere. And that allows you to open up to a new wave of wisdom. It's the wave of wisdom. You can feel the wave because you see the wave. And also, when you write the blameless bliss of the world, have the energy of the vision and the feeling. Like the wave of wisdom, you can feel the ocean come to you. And it's the breezes of brilliance. You can feel it. And it's got something you can understand rather than I am this. Well, I am this because I do this, I understand this, I love me because I am willing to walk through the unsettling times of my life. And the unsettling times of life, the chaos, the tragedy, are as important to the bliss, or opens the bliss as much as just as everything. Everybody thinks life is going to be blissful and easy. Life is challenging, and it's challenging on purpose. Because it's culminating, harmonizing, adventurous lure, livening, enterprising, Newman, gut epiphanies within yourself. Because you got to tantalize the core to get to soar. And that's getting above that thinking mind. And when you feel shameless, Shameless splendor and blameless bliss. What do you feel? And see what them two words, them words say are expressing is they are free of memory. The words to expand your life are free of memory and of internal inspiration. What is inspirational to you may not be inspirational to me. It's never mind what other people think, because they stink in the thinking, they're in the think of their overthink. So open up to your inner wise to dance that dreamer's dare, showing the world your far-seeing flair, to understand life is for you to experience. And whatever experience is the way it goes, that is the way it is. Can we alter them? Some of them. But mostly they're there to feed your stranglehold on your comfort zone. And that is the simplest way to say it. And I know stranglehold is a little bit stiff, but you got to get right down blatant with yourself. And here's one that really gets to you when you want to get down to something. Sit down, go out in the park and write, how do I hate myself? And write every word that comes to your mind. And everybody says they don't hate this and you gotta love this. And no, that's malarkey. How do I hate myself? And write everything. And you'll be surprised in about 25 minutes what's coming out. And then, but never leave that spot until you say, I love myself because I had the guts to admit this to myself. It's not admitting it to the world, it's admitting it to me to set me free. And that's something I've really opened up to understand. The more I admit, the more I get. The more I am afraid to admit, the more I stay stuck in yesterday. And I get the sneers of fear, because fear is nothing but an embedded something I refused to do before. And all of fear is the first expression appearing real. Really, fear is my friend expanding astute revelations, because all of fear is a roadblock that you've never addressed. You address it, bless it, confess it, and express it. You'll always open up new ways, new roads of riches. And that is what the world is looking for. Is they're looking for everybody on this Facebook Live to express new wisdom and unhook all the books that we have to do this. It's a step-by-step thing. It's a mess and it's a free-for-all. The better you open up to a free-for-all, the more gall you'll have to experience it all. And yes, you're going to win, you're going to lose, you're going to fail, you're going to go up, down, crossways. But you're always there to play the game. And you know something, when I first got into the personal growth 20 years ago, practice this, the hell with that practice, and get in the game and hook the shame and blame and feel the blameless bliss and shameless splendor, showing your adventurous ardor to soar, sensing omnific astute revelations, opening the world to see you as you see yourself in the mirror seer, because you are the prize winner of the world. Everybody in this life is a Pulitzer Prize winner in their own way. We're all winners. We're just not winners in our self-inflicted ways. We're winners because we open up our own selves and we expand people around us. And we are all famous in our own way. That's free, awesome, magnificent, opening, utopian savvy, feeling this blameless bliss and shameless splendor of our heart and soul that we send to the world to open the world to be a better place. And I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, published author of I Am Wisdom, Fear is My Friend, How Did I Teach Myself Fear, Dissolving Pleasing Others, Flow in the Glow, My Visionary I Am. What I'm really expressing to you is you don't have to go looking for a teacher. You are your teacher. Everything else in life is a tutor and metaphor for you to soar. And I'm going to say thank you and good night. And may your life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me in the world. And we'll be here Tuesday night. And next Thursday, I'm going to do a meditation on Blameless Bliss. It'll be a 15-minute meditation. Anyway, thank you and good night. And may everybody enjoy a beautiful, fun, and relaxing summer's weekend. And good night.